Hey everybody, before I start day 3 of my holiday daily, I want to show you something. So this is my book, which you can follow along in my playlist, and here's my day, my cover, which I have a video for. Here's my day 1 and my day 2 that I have a video for. So this is what I'm opening to, is this spread about Thanksgiving, which I'm perfectly happy about, but it feels like there's no focus to the beginning of the book with the page like this. So I was thinking about this right before I decided to tape today, and I thought that I would maybe like to change this somehow, but that I wouldn't necessarily want to like put another photograph in there or anything like that. What I decided to do is to go back through my transparencies. And what I did is I came up with this transparency. It's from Studio Calico's Storytime. And I think this is old because I bought it on clearance at the Ben Franklin in my town. It's called Darling. And I looked at a couple of other transparencies as well, and I'll just kind of quickly show you them. I have them stuck in my little folder here. There was some white with gold, and there are, if I could find them, of course when I want them I can't find them. Oh, there are some peppermint stripes here. There's just plain white. There's red with stripes and polka dots, which are going to be fine for later in my book, but not right now because this spread itself is blue and green largely, and I don't have any green transparencies. And my idea was I also didn't want it to be vellum because I wanted to really be able to see through this. So I came up with this transparency here, and then I'll have this piece left if I want to use it for something else, and I have this nice piece, if you can see that. That's really hard to see, but I can do 3x4 cards out of that. So that's kind of my idea. So what I do when I have a situation like this is I'm now going to need to make a page, right? So all I do is I measured out my transparency, or my pocket page, and then I just take my pocket page and line it up however I want to, and I'm going to make sure that my bottoms are the same, and I just take my hole punch here, and this is really hard to do because it's hard to see. But I just punch through if my hole punch is behaving itself, which it appears like it might not be. Oh, nope, it didn't punch. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Crop-A-Dile here, and this should be able to do it too. Okay, so lesson learned there. Use your Crop-A-Dile. And now, of course, I have to reline these back up again. Okay. And Crop-A-Dile. I think I knew this, that I had to use my Crop-A-Dile, but I forgot about that this regular hole punch won't work so well. Okay, so now, if I could get that, I have a page that's going to sit right over the top here. And see how that works great. You know, you can see through it. Now, I could leave it just like this, but since it's which I do sometimes do when I put these, I like to scatter these throughout my album if there's breaks or if I don't like the way two things are looking together. But I really want this to say something or do something. So what I'm thinking about doing is using a doily here. And then, I'm doing this right now because I kind of want to get what the center is, just so that you know, because I can see the center of the page behind here. I'll take this off in just a second so you can see this a little bit better. And I like that. I like the way that looks. So I'm just going to glue this down right now. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, and I'll take these pages out so you can see them together when I'm ready for it. And I just store my album out in front of me. Just so you know. Okay, so I hope you can see this doily. And this is the reason I did this, because this is not centered on the page, because this part of the page from here over is actually in the binder. So that's why I wanted this to be centered. Okay, so now you look at this, and I'm going to put something on the front of this, but look at this. Now you look at the back and it's not very attractive. So what I want to do, and I'm going to pull this towards me a little bit. I'm sorry, but I need to do this so I can see. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to match it with another doily right behind it, so that I don't see them from side to side. Okay, and that might not be completely perfect, but it's darn good, and it's the idea that I wanted. Now, the other thing I want to do is go back, because I'm going to put something on this, and this way this is all glued down to the acetate. Okay, so back here to begin with. Now, my first thought is that these doilies, by the way, are from Recollections, and they were from Valentine's Day probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I just keep using them. This little acrylic word set here is from Ellie's Studio, and I ordered it from Ellie's Studio online, and I kind of like the way that looks, the Merry Christmas looks. That's kind of a nice look. I also have these majorly huge stars here that I could use, because I've got these stars here, and I could, you know, do that. I'm not loving this one because I think it's too angular, but let's look and see. Yeah, okay. And that's too blocky or something. Okay, so definitely not those. I like that. I also brought out my wood veneer here, and let's see how that looks. I think that's too small. That wood veneer is way too small for that. So I think we're going with Merry Christmas here. And what I'm going to do now, sometimes I'll put these down with my Scotch Quick Dry, and sometimes I'll put them down with my ATG. These are pretty heavy, and this is going to get movement. So I think what I'm going to do is do this with my ATG. And so what I'm doing is I'm just putting it up along the back, and then it's too wide for this, so I'm peeling it back to give you an idea of how I'm going to affix this. And I want this all over the place on this word so that it really sticks. Okay, and now I'm sorry if I move the camera, but I'm going to need to get over the top of this to make sure I like the placement. Which I do. This is going to be off-centered just a little bit, so it's not exactly even. Okay, so we have Christmas on there, and now we have Mary to go on top there. And again, there's another doily right behind, and I'm going to put something on that as well. So I'm not worrying about if we're seeing things behind it. Okay, I think I want a little bit more on here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Again, I'm going to stand up here, and I like the way that kind of drops down and is nestled in there a little bit. So now we have Merry Christmas, and I really like the way this looks. I'm going to see if I can help. Yeah, see, sorry, I'm moving the camera, sorry. I really like the way that looks. Now, this is what it looks like from behind. Yes, you're seeing a little bit of the C and of the glue. Now that I look at it, I'm not going to be anal about that and, worry about that so much. I did think maybe I would put this Magical Moments here, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I'm thinking back about my star again here. And now, honestly, that this is not the main, the main thing that you're looking at when you come into the book. I like this star. So I'm not going to look any further, and I'm just going to put that down. So some days I can make decisions really quick and get things thought through really fast, and other days not so much. I I must be very decisive today. I finished all my Christmas decorating earlier this afternoon, so I have time to play today before I have other things I need to get done. But those won't take that long. Okay, so there we go. So there's my star and my Merry Christmas, and I really love how this looks. So now I'm just going to pop this in my book, and actually I'll show you what it looks like here. You can see here, see that kind of, you know, and there's a little bit of red with the green and blue, and I'm okay with that. Now you could have, if you had like a, you know, a Christmassy green doily, I could have done that, but I don't. So I'm just going to use what I have, and here's the opening, and this just feels more focused to me. You can see what's going on behind here, but this is the focus is there. And this book is all about, I know I said holiday, but I could call it Christmas Daily as well, because that's really what it is. It's focused on the Christmas season for me. Okay, so that's that. So I'm so excited that I have a focus now for the beginning of my book. And I'm just going to put these things aside. And now I've got this bag from Ellie's Studio, and I will save this because they're great for layering and things like that. So we'll get that figured out. Okay, so on to today. So today I have these two photos, and this is a story of me trying to decorate my main tree in my house yesterday. And I had forgotten, I knew I already had a string of lights out because I just stuck something else in there, another string of lights that matched. It was a pre-lit tree a couple of years ago, and it's been that way, and I've been fine. I tried really hard to figure out what was wrong, and I couldn't. So I just decided, okay, you know, it is what it is. I'm just gonna run with it, right? And so these are the two pictures I have, me shopping, and then me with the old tree with the top off of it because I discovered it, and then when I was plugging the tree in, that there was another layer of lights out, and then the new box. And I was thinking that I was going to use this this pocket behind. So this is 2 3x4s and a 4x6. And I just realized now that I had found this when I was looking for the acrylics, this 3x4 card, and I don't have room to do the 3x4 card and the I can't even talk today, and the Christmas trees. And I don't think I really want to do another 4, although I could, because I'm going through those. I also found this, which is a card that says, "Oh, what fun." So, thinking. I think I am going to use another 4x4. And I'll just start mine off with 4x4s. You know, right now I'm off for the weekend, so I have a lot of stories to tell. That's not going to be true throughout the week. Okay, so let's go back. This fa la 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 is kind of ironic. It wasn't fa la 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 la, because at the last minute I had to go buy a new Christmas tree. Okay, so I've got that done, and then I was going through my cut apart sheets. This is from Good Cheer, which is from 2014. This is from Joyful, which is 2015. And at first I saw this 3x4 cut apart there that said, "I love this time of year," which is sort of an ironic thing because I do love this time of year, but I did not love yesterday. But then when I was going through my cards here from Joyful, I found this one that says, "Oh, what fun." And that nice dark green is going to work really, really well with this dark green from yesterday's page. So here's what we're going to do, is we are going to cut this out because I really like the idea of using this one. So I'm just going to cut it. And I'm going to try to keep that border strip sort of intact here because it helps me when I'm talking to you know what I'm using. And normally I write this stuff all down on the same sheets that Mercy Tiara uses for hers, but because I'm going real time with you, it's either here or not at all. Okay, so now we have Oh What Fun, we have Fa La 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 La, all done. That's good. I do need to get a number in here for sure for the third day. And I'm thinking I'm going to maybe make it the trunk of this tree. And I have this tiny alpha here. Ooh, cool. From Dear Lizzie. This is old. It's sparkling. I think this was from her, she had a Christmas collection. I don't know if it tells me what year this was, but she had a Christmas collection. It might have been her second collection that she did. But anyway, so I kind of like the way that looks. It's something a little different and a little unexpected to have the 3 as part of the what do I want to say? I can't talk today, sorry. 3 as part of the trunk of the tree, or for the trunk of the tree. And I'm just going to do that and stick that in. And I am going to stick it into this card because I think that card will be done with all the words and the letter, or the number. That's a number, not a letter. I think that's good. So now I have to decide, do I want other things on these bits and pieces? Do I want, you know, what do I want to do here? And I know that I have trees, and actually now that I think about it, because I have wood here, these wood veneers that I have would be really nice to echo that in another spot. And I'm thinking what I would like to do is put it on this card, and that's what I'm going to do. This is how quick you can make these decisions. And what I'm going to be conscious of here is I don't want to trap any space here, so I have trapped white space. So you see this little corner here? That's trapped white space. I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to move it over far enough, and I'll show you this. I'll take my hand out of the way as soon as I glue this down. I moved it over far enough here so that I could put it, you know, bring it over so that there's just white space all around here. Now, I've got some, the 3 here, and I probably would like to bring in some red, and my tree is looking kind of boring. And what I have here is I have my sheet with all the letters and numbers on, and I'm thinking I'd like to bring this glitter up here, and I could have actually put the 3 on this, but I think what I'm going to do instead is take some of these extra periods and just put it on this tree so that I have some ornaments on it. And let's see, let's look at this one more here. And now I have 4, so I want another one, so I have an uneven number. And I'm going to have to go to my other little sheet here. I've got a little bit of a pattern going here that I don't love, but that's what happens when something is so narrow. I could grab another one here. Okay, I like that a little bit better. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll journal on this, and just so that, you know, you're not seeing me do boring things, I'll glue those on a little bit better because they're stuck on right now. Like, they're not going to fall off, but I think I want to make them stick even more because this alphabet is notorious for falling off. Okay, so I really like what's going on here so far. I like the green and the 3 here and the wood, that I've got wood here and here, but I'm wondering if maybe I want something on these or not. So one of the first things that comes to mind is, do I have labels in this color that I could put it along here. I think if I had a little one here that would be good, but the long ones will obscure this. And I just had a thought. So I think I said in my opening video where I talked about prep is that I had printables for this, and you can buy printables at Ellie's Studio for Christmas and labels, and let me see, I'll show you. Like this is one of the labels here, and I think those are December days, so I've got that one. This matches everything that I have, and then, ta-da, I have these little labels here, and I think these are actually called little labels. I have them in red and green, but I have quite a few of their printables. I have this Notes from Today one, so I can always use these as journaling cards, and I have this one which was from 2014, but they have them all available, and over the weekend I think they're 50% off, or they were 50% off on Black Friday, so definitely go take a look at that to see if they still are, because that might be really fun. Okay, so I could do, you know, maybe this Deck the Hall circle, but I'm thinking what I'm going to do is cut one of those labels, and I think, let's see, do we want to make it square? I think so. I don't think I want it to be, I'm just going to cut this out of here just because it'll be a little bit easier. And what I can do with this, besides always putting a number on, I always put the day on as well too. So I'll just pop that right there. Let's see. Or do we like it better up here? Or do I like it better up here? You're not exactly here with me to tell me, but that would be helpful right now. I actually think I like it up here a little bit better. It feels a little bit unbalanced, but I like the fact that it's not, I don't know, it was just too trapped down in there. It was like I almost needed something a little bit bigger, and I don't think I have one. If I remember correctly, I don't. And now the dilemma is, okay, so I think that's good. I'm good with that. Do I want to put anything up here? So that then, I think, leads me back to my die cuts. And I'm going to grab those and see if there's anything in here that I want to use. Okay. And I'm going to push them off to the side here. Otherwise, they stick this Tidy Swap mat, and it drives me crazy. So, here's a sticker that says, or a label that says, favorite. I could write not my there. That's okay. Not my favorite. Not my favorite sentiment. Not my favorite look either. Here's one that says trimming the tree. And I could do a little label that says trimming the tree ? I don't want it hiding this down there because you can tell that's a shopping cart. Now, here's another thing that I could do. I have these little tabs here, and I could put that up here. And sometimes I print, these were printed on matte photo paper because I happen to have it. Otherwise, I've done it on glossy as well. And I think I like that better because it's a little bit smaller. So let me trim this out. And I'm going to have to watch how I do this, obviously, because it's when I put this on, because I don't want to obscure too much of this. And I also have to figure out how I'm going to fasten this, because this is printed at home, so it doesn't have, it's not a sticker. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And there's a whole nother, notice how I have a whole nother thing here, but I stopped because I found something that I thought worked pretty well. And then what's going to peek up behind is just this white piece here. Question is, do I want to staple it? I think so. Let's get some use out of my Tim Holtz stapler, because I don't use it often enough. And then we know it'll be down and secure, right? Hey, and that one worked. The other day this was not working for me, remember? As it is not now. You know, I have used this stapler very, very little, and it just does not want to work for me. I don't know what the problem is here. Okay, I've got one staple coming out. Let's hope it works here, because this is putting indents into this, and I'm not loving that. Okay. I'm going to save you the pain of watching this, but let's assume that's stapled, but I'll get that figured out. Okay. So, really then, I'm really basically done as far as I'm concerned, except I have a thought. Let's carry that red through the rest of this layout. So, because then I'll have glitter. Now, I could put this question mark here. I could if I did it like this. Because I also have this to write on. Don't love that. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to glue this back. I'm going to glue this down because it wasn't glued. Just leaving some space at the top. I could take this label partially off. I'm also making sure it's hitting the tree there. Probably would have liked it a little lower, but you know, oh well. Anyway, then what I'm going to do is go back to my little sheet here, where I have all these dots, and I think I'm going to put 2 dots here just to do something, and then I'll put one up. Now here's a question. Do I want to put one up there? I think so. I think we'll put one here, and that'll sit, that's actually going to sit in my pocket. So that's it. So as I always tell you, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to figure out what's going on with my stapler. I'll journal, and then I'll take a photograph of this so that you can see it at the end of today's video. Hope you are all well. Have a great day, and just a couple more days till December 1st. And then if you're not doing from a Thanksgiving a holiday daily like I do, you can start your process too. So hey, and thanks again for all my new subscribers, and then just all the kind comments you guys have been making on these videos. I'm just overwhelmed at just really how sweet you have been. So hope you are all well. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving weekend if you're in the United States, since it was our long Thanksgiving weekend, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.